Happy holidays. We are live on our special holiday special, Andy and Jody's special, and we got Darth Daddy Lunga in the building as well as a guest here. Welcome, man. Good to see you guys. We were just asked, we were playing F, Marry, Kill, and they were asking Dan Murrell, Hal Rudnick, Joe Starr, how would I do it? And it was a pretty easy one. Jody and I both came to it pretty quickly. Definitely killing Joe. There's just nothing much there. No offense, but nothing much there. And then it became between Dan and Hal, and I would marry Hal just because he's a little tougher, got a little bit more going to him, funnier. Dan just feels like he's a little too, what was the word you used, Jody?
Simpy.
Yeah, I can't deny he's going to be so supportive of you that it's like I just want a little bit more of a challenge at times. So so F him and marry Hal. But what was interesting, we were talking about someone then just asked the question, Andy, be honest, did you ever play favorites with Dan during movie fights? And I was saying no, honestly, not really. He was really good. He was a debater, and so I really admired his debate. I thought he was good. There were a few times I wanted him to lose, and I sort of was ready to make sure he lost, like the belt, and make it more interesting. And ultimately, I couldn't because he was the better debater. Were there times like I was more of a producer maybe and made it more interesting? Sure. But honestly, no. Sometimes I dozed off and maybe gave it just because he said a good point at the end, as I was saying. But no, more often than not, I didn't just play favorites, even though everyone thought I did. He just played the game the most, and I feel like that there is an advantage. Lunga's getting that advantage now as we do Nerd Wars. The more you play and the more you get confident, it's sort of like that you fall into wins sort of easier. There's a little bit of a trick to it. But Jody, you're good. You tricked yourself out in that stupid way. But anyway, what I was going to say is this pivots because I got Jody here. And Lunga, you may not be as interested in this,
Happy to be here.
Whatever. But because you don't know what we're talking about. But a lot of people.
Hey, I look pretty. I could be
you look pretty.
You do look
a lot
pretty,
of
bro.
people.
Hey.
A lot of people were pointing something out to me, and I wanted to get Jody's thoughts because. Well, this was kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, guys. So Dan Murrell, look, it's the holidays. I'm supposed to move on, but stop telling me how to move on, right, Jody? Everyone moves on at their own space. I'm allowed to call out people when they're being silly, and I don't really care about this at all. But I did react to this, and I wanted to react to you because 2020 was a big year, Jody. Right? A big year. And this is very interesting because Jody's reading it. Jody's reading it already.
Bro, are you serious right
Jody's
now?
already there.
Oh, for sure. I know what this is. Let me know when it's time to go. I know what this is.
It's the holidays, guys. I promised some tea, and I deliver the tea. When I deliver the tea, I tell you there's going to be some tea, right, Jody? I do. I do it. It's time for a holiday edition.
He said what?
Dan Murrell said what? A special episode of They Said What here on our holiday special. Thank you for all these chats sort of got me to talk about because I almost forgot to even bring this up because I don't care. But this is just too funny to not bring up, Jody. All right, so here we go. So Jody, you're there. You can react to this. So Dan Murrell did a I didn't see it. I don't watch him. He blocks me on Twitter. I really have given up. I don't care what he does. Good luck. Do what you want to do. But people obviously will connect us forever, and Dan doesn't understand that. I wish Dan would just realize that and just sort of, all right, let's do the fake handshake, and then we're good, and we can all move on with our lives. I can't wait till he's mature enough to stop letting his girlfriend not let that happen, and just let it happen. Just move on.
Andy, wow. Okay, let's go.
It's just just let us move on so people stop thinking all this drama because this is going to just keep happening until you know what I mean, Jody, though? It's just get on over it. Jesus.
Yeah, no, just get over it, bro.
Just get over it. Let's make amends. We got to do it at some point in life. Life's too short. And anyway, but he won't, and so I can't see this, and I don't pay attention, but once in a while, someone loops me into what he's talking about. And so Dan Murrell made a Mandalorian review, apparently. All right, so let's look at these tweets, because this tweet just got me. You ready for this, Jody? Here we go.
Yes.
I have defended The Mandalorian at every turn for 2 years. I politely explained why I was let down by parts of the finale. It ended by saying that I was happy for the people who liked it, but I'm getting crushed. Told I don't know how to enjoy Star Wars. I'm too cynical. And then he shares this ratio, Jody. I'm going to come back to this. But he's 500 downvotes, over 1,000 upvotes. We'll come back to this, but it's not over, man. It's so frustrating to want to talk about this stuff, knowing that sometimes only one opinion will be accepted. I dreaded releasing my review because I knew this would probably happen. I've had probably 24 people tell me to get the stick out of my ass over one thing. Now, hold on. I got to say, before I continue this,
welcome to
Jody. Well, exactly. Dan Murrell's trigger is telling him he's a stick in the mud. If you guys know us from movie fights, I did use that. because he is sometimes. Like, he is. I said it with love at the time, but he is. He sort of sometimes has to stick it up his butt. We all have different things, but that was sort of thing.
And that was my review.
That was his trigger. That's his trigger, Jody. You know, like, my trigger is like, you know, being falsely accused of assault and stuff, which he and others allowed to happen and still continue to do, even though privately they've written me and said, I don't believe that happened. They won't say it publicly. I don't know why, but it would help me and my career, but they won't. But, you know, that's that. You know, this is what's getting him upset. That's his trigger, right? But it gets worse. It gets worse. So here's where he goes. You know, because Jody dreaded releasing my review because of this. I've been so happy to talk about Star Wars for the first time in years. Not anymore. Now it's right back to the same shit show. Because though I loved every single other thing about the show, I'm an asshole for not liking the end of the season. It's so depressingly soul-crushing.
He act like he ain't been on YouTube this whole time.
What are you?
But that just shows how out of touch you have been over there in Screen Junkies. You dudes, you go to Screen Junkies, sit at that stupid table with 4 people, SJWing it up, and you just go home and forget. That's what this exposes to me, bro. He doesn't really care. Now you're seeing what it's like to have to look and manage a YouTube channel and to read the comments and try to have a community. Bro, you were lazy as shit. This is what YouTube is. You tripping off of 500 dislikes, flip those around and then get mad.
Well,
let me know when your dislikes get higher than the likes, player.
I know two things. I know a lot of things about Dan, but 2 things I want to bring up here is he did this all the time on Honest Trailers. He would be so hung up on like the 10 negative comments, and I've been there, I can relate to it, but he would be so hung up on them, and I'd be like, Dan, there are millions of people watching us on Honest Trailers. That's our audience. We got to focus on them, not the dozen people who are hating on something we said or did. He's so insecure about it all. It's just so frustrating, but that's been him. But here's what I want to do, Jody. Because Dan likes numbers. Anybody who knows Dan, he's all about the numbers, right? Does his analysis and box office numbers. Look at these numbers, okay? Even this number. But let's go really look at the numbers, shall we? Because I have it here. Here it is. 64,000, round it up, 65,000 views. December revenue, Jody. That is money right there. He just made money. A 16-minute video, probably's got a few ads in there. That is money he just made. 65,000 people are interested in what he's saying. 4,000 people out of that liked it, went out of the way to like it, and 1,500 disliked it. Dude, that's positive. That is 65,000 people in the world, Dan, are watching you. They still care about you. You're doing okay. Why are you hung up on the stupid little shit? Like, get over it, dude. And it's like, dude, this is what's depressingly soul-crushing. Dude, you need to be knocked down a peg, I guess, to really understand the priorities in life, because I can tell you, I've been knocked down, and I know what's depressingly soul-crushing. It's what you guys did by refusing to acknowledge that you don't think I'm an abuser. But whatever. But to compare that this is yours. So anyways, here he is again. He's got to go like it, and I don't even read this. It's just like, Jody, what is he doing? Like, bro. Oh my God, just make a review, focus on the content, and do the next one. If you're not going to I do drama like this because that's what people want to watch me talk about. They like me talking about this drama. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. What do you want me to say? Move on. If you don't like me not moving on, then get the hell out of here. This is what I'm doing. Suck it and get the hell out, right? But the reality is, like, he's managed to make videos where he can do analysis and stuff, but he can't get over criticism of his own criticisms. Like, the irony and just weird insecurity here, it just blows my mind, Jody. How does, like, I hope we can all get a little better about sharing our love and our criticisms for it with each other. Jesus Christ, Jody, what is up with this dude? Can you believe this? How can you get 65,000 views, 4,000 likes, and you're focused? This is what's, depressingly soul-crushing for Dan Murrell, Jody. What do you think about it? Am I crazy that this is just annoys the hell out of me? I'm like, get over yourself, dude. Get the stick out of your butt and focus on the positive. No?
It's like when in Braveheart, when Murrell was executed and William came back to the camp and sacked the city, and the king with his beautiful red shining cape had to walk in the mud, and he was getting besmirched, and his robe got dirty, and you're like a baby, bro. This is YouTube. This just goes to show me that you ain't ready for this game. I'm gonna be honest, this is screaming out more than just Star Wars. He only has, how many subscribers is that, Andy? I just want to get the number right. 84,000?
Yeah.
84,000. I'm a little bit disappointed in that number. I thought when he came out, he would get. I thought by now he'd have 200,000, maybe 300,000 subscribers, but that's not the case. And I know that Dan, that you're reflecting on that number since you're an analytic guy, and you're seeing that you only have 84,000 subscribers after putting in all those years of Screen Junkies. You thought that you would probably be up there somewhere floating around Chris Stuckman. Reality slapped you in the face, and then you find out that off of 500 dislikes, you're upset and questioning the fandom. I shouldn't have put this out. Well, no more. What does that mean, no more? That means you're going to stop covering Star Wars. That means you're going to start being negative on Star Wars. Here's the overall problem here. So many YouTubers have made a conscious living on hating Star Wars when Disney and Kathleen Kennedy was doing trash with episode 7, 8, 9. YouTube channels legitimately are making tens of thousands of dollars by being anti-Star Wars. Now that Star Wars looks to be back, those YouTube channels are afraid that if Star Wars is back and I'm built 200, 300,000 subscribers off of Let's Hate Star Wars, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen to my channel? They're already at conflict with themselves, trying to nitpick issues with Mandalorian. No. You're just going to have to change it up. That's what being real is about.
Facts.
And credit where it's due.
I was going to say, Jody, the other thing that just bugs me, it's like, that's depressingly soul-crushing, the fact that 2 dozen people called you out for being a stick in the mud about your Star Wars review. Like, you didn't like the ending? Why? Who cares? Like, if you're gonna go, and what's fascinating is if you actually, I don't want to give him the view, but he like sort of starts his review, because I saw it as I was prepping. He starts it off with just like this, like, well, you're not gonna like this review I'm doing. Like, he goes in clearly knowing it's an unpopular opinion he's about to drop, and then he can't handle the criticism that comes with it. Look at this. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I'll go back. Here it is.
Hello. I'm so sorry.
So he like clearly knows. He clearly, Dan, like, what are you talking? You're going in apologizing to your audience at the beginning of a video, and I haven't even watched it because I don't have time. I don't care. You're going to apologize, but then it's depressingly soul crushing to then have a couple dozen people complain to him and tell him he has a stick in the mud. Dude, get your priorities straight. Dude, can you imagine, Jody? Can you imagine, Jody, if Dan had to go through what I went through and had people?
I was just about to say that.
Can you imagine what he would have done?
Already.
Can you imagine, Dan, what it was like for me? And granted, I've taken ownership on what I did do. I've not denied it. But imagine the things I didn't do that I'm hounded by every day. And this is soul crushing to you, Dan? Oh my God, you baby! And I was gonna say, there are people sharing stories in the Southwick. Thank you for sharing. Southwick's like, I lost 2 grandpas this year. My first semester of college got cut short. I mean, Jesus! Like the fact that he doesn't understand that there's way worse in the world right now than to focus on his energy on the people that are criticizing his you didn't like Luke review. This is insane, Dan. You sound like a fool. This is ridiculous.
How long has Star Wars sucked? For a few years now. And they finally put respect on Luke's name. You didn't like it. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming you didn't like it, because that's why you got the thumbs down. And you're tripping about 500 thumbs down when you got 1,400 likes? Bro, come over here, and why don't you come at the Snyder cult and start talking your truth about why Snyder movies are dark and you don't like them. That's some real motherfucking heat and pain. How about you in the height of the MCU, knowing you saw Infinity War and you didn't like it? Make a review on why you didn't like Infinity War, and then experience some real hate, bro. Miss me with this shit you talk about, bro. I don't even recognize this on my radar. You a baby, you a mark, you a scrub, and because you helped cancel your friend Andy, he had to go through the mud and already been through this phase. Figured out what it's like.
No, this isn't a phase, Jody. That's why I'm annoyed. This isn't a phase. And Dan's a public figure. He put this out in the world. Like, he made that choice to make this the depressingly soul-crushing issue that's affecting him in 2020. NL197, thank you for the donation. This summer, my son was abducted by my ex and taken across the country to her abusive family. Jesus. Court and cops had to get him back. 2020 for the win. I'm so sorry to hear that, NL. But that's my point. Dan, like, really? You don't want the drama. You don't want the conflict of movie fights. But you want to go out and on Twitter to criticize the people who are upset that you didn't like the Luke Skywalker finale? Then don't be a critic. Then stop being a critic. Stop giving opinions on YouTube because you're going to get them a lot, and this is nothing compared to what people get. What an idiot this guy is. I can't believe he hasn't matured a little bit to get over this nonsense. Like, dude, do you see Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns? But no one liked my review of this. They react. No, because they're professionals and they don't get into it. Dan wants to react to a little bit of the drama and criticize. You guys are bullying me. Wah, 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 my privilege. But then calls out anybody else who does it. Andy's all he does is the drama. Blah blah blah. Gee, what a friggin' hypocrite this guy is. It's just. I'm so glad to get out of these circles. To learn the realities of people. It's just frustrating. And I thought, I thought we were close. I'm don't miss it. It is what it is. But I got to call out these peers of mine, these professionals of mine who are out there doing this silly stuff. I got one more. Joshua, are you in there? Were you the one telling me about the broken ribs? I just put you in on the Zoom. Can you hear me, Joshua?
Sexy motherfucker with the Santa robe. Oh,
Joshua, did we lose you? We're live.
He glitched out.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, Joshua, did you?
Okay, cool. I was on mute. Yeah, I broke my ribs. Like half my rib cage got busted 2 days ago. And so sitting here hearing Dan Murrell complain that he's got a lot of viewers and some of them don't like his content just seems so ridiculous.
And I'm not, just so we're clear, I'm not here trying to send all you guys to bully Dan. Please don't. That's not what this is. But he's a public figure who puts tweets out. We're allowed to react to them. That is.
Yeah, you put yourself in the public sphere.
Correct. So leave him alone. I'm not encouraging Andy with his bully, his alt-right bullies coming over to. That's what's their deal. He'll label says, but. Joshua, I'm sorry you've been through that. Thank you for sharing that story. There's so much more worse in the world, especially this year in 2020. To have the gall to go on Twitter to complain about, oh, my review is, people are disliking my review. I mean, just shows you the insanity that we're facing, Jody. So I wanted to bring that up. I don't want to keep hounding on this. Any final thoughts from you, Jody? I'm going to come back to you, Joshua. Just don't go anywhere. But any thoughts from you?
Too, bro. Get your big boy pants and put them on wherever you find them. We've been out here in the trenches. We've got 3,000 yards on our enemy by us, mowing them down, mowing the haters down. You just got here. You just touched down in Vietnam, homie. We've been here for 3 years now. Get your sheet up.
Facts. Dude, it's insane. Get your priorities straight. Drop the insecurities off the line. Just try your best. I know it's hard. We've all been there, Dan, but some of us have been there way worse. Even worse. And I like to think my story's the worst, but I've learned it's not. There are even worse stories out there. Everybody's going through something. Everybody's going through something. And if your priority to complain is, people aren't liking my review, I can't review Star Wars anymore. Dude, you got to look in the mirror and shape up, because that's worse than being a stick in the mud. You're just being a... What's the word for that, Jody? What's the word for that?
Anal douchebag, prick, complaining, snot-nosed, whiny crybaby.
Crybaby. I'll accept crybaby. There you go. We got lots more here live, but I clipped this because, hey, the drama gets me money, and it's the December revenue, baby. Got to do it. And you put it out there, Dan. That's been He Said What? Dan Murrell did say what? On a scale of 1 to 10. What? Which I try to review everything. I got to say, on a scale of ridiculous, I've heard more ridiculousness, but I'll give this one an 8 out of 10 on the ridiculous scale, because you can do better. There's way worse ridiculousness, but this is ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere if you're watching us live. There's more videos coming, more topics coming. This holiday stream has been amazing. Make sure you check it out in full. But thanks for watching this clip. Happy holidays, everybody. It's music.